Welcome to day 2 of our Kwanzaa special series.
Kujichagulia.
That's right.
So self-determination is not motivation. It is control.
That's right. That's right. At Our Black Utopia, we do not confuse income with autonomy, and we do not confuse busy with secure.
Self-determination is not how hard you work. It's about who controls the outcome.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to talk about that and a lot more in our Kwanzaa special. We're going live every single day until New Year's Eve, or through New Year's Eve, I should say. All right. So let us introduce ourselves. Hey, y'all. My name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and life abroad. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age and forgot to plan, get their money straight so that they can retire on time or maybe even abroad.
And early is not bad either.
That's right. All right, sweetheart. What are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about if you don't control capital, you don't have options.
That's right. That's right.
So today we're talking about Kujichagulia, self-determination, and what it actually looks like in money.
That's right. That's right. Most people believe a higher salary equals freedom. Most people believe a higher salary equals freedom. But if your money stops, when you stop working, when you stop doing the things that told you to do, all right, that depends on an employer, et cetera, that can be cut off without your consent. Hello? That's not self-determination. That is not Kujichagulia. No, that is conditional survival. And that's what we're talking about. All right. So for all of those who are new to our channel, you might not know. Back in 2018, first of all, you may not know, I am the daughter of Sister Soldier, Malcolm X. I say that humorously, but no, seriously. My dad did help roll out Kwanzaa. You can Google that. Okay. His name is Chochezi. He rolled it out. And I have been celebrating Kwanzaa since I can remember, actually. Yeah, since I was like 3, 4, 5 years old. Exactly. And so if you're new to our channel, you might not know back in 2018, Rick and I got a wake-up call, y'all. We looked at our money and it looked crazy. But we got our financial act together and we went from negative 22,000 to 1.1 million in net worth. And y'all, if we can do that,
you can do it too.
You can do it too. You can do it too. All right. Kujichagulia, self-determination. You determine what your future is going to, you determine what your future is going to be. All right.
So
the real definition
of Kujichagulia, self-determination, means you control decisions, you control timing, and you control assets.
That's right.
It does not mean you never work, you never struggle, or you never depend on system. It means you are not trapped by them.
Hello. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, what you need to do, if you want to support us, if you want more information like that, please subscribe. Subscribe is free. It's free. Hit that notification bell twice so that you know every single time we go live, and hit that like button.
That like button. Do we need to give them a minute to subscribe? Come on now. Come on.
All right. Here we go. We're going to deal with self-determination as it applies to the stock market. All right. So for most people, the stock market is the first place they can separate labor from income. So if you are not invested through, not of, not in, through your 401k, your 403b, or something similar that your job has, shame on you. Shame on you. Okay? A 401k is not an investment. An IRA is not an investment. It is what you are invested in through those vehicles, right? And a 401k and an IRA are controlled by ERISA rules, which means they have a tax advantage. And so if you're not doing that, shame on you. If you're not at least matching what your employer offers, if they do offer something, and most do, 3 to 6%, maybe sometimes even 10%, shame on you. Okay. This is how we separate labor from income. All right. Stocks are fractional ownership in real live businesses, y'all, with real live cash flow.
Disciplined investing pays you whether you clock in or not. It pays you whether you clock in or not.
Also, it compounds daily, whether you check it or not, right? Without your daily labor, all right?
But self-determination does not come from day trading. It doesn't come from hype. It doesn't come from tips. And it definitely doesn't come from guessing.
That's right. It comes from process, y'all. All right? It comes from a time horizon, regular investing, dollar cost averaging, and then reinvestment. All of our stock that have dividends, those dividends are reinvested. Why? Because we don't need them today.
No.
All right. So we are investing in future Halisi and Rick. The future Halisi and Rick that won't live a little bit larger than we might otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So knowing why you own something, knowing when you would sell, not panicking when prices move. Hello, not panicking when prices move.
No.
We said this yesterday. One of the biggest mistakes that most Black Americans, African Americans make is selling low and buying high. When the stock market goes down, they panic. I lost all this money. I remember my aunt saying the same doggone thing. She had like a third to almost $500,000 saved back during the Great Recession, and she panicked when it crashed. She
dropped.
Panicked. Yeah. Now, granted, she was retiring at the same time, but what she didn't realize is she didn't need that money right then because she got a pension. She had a pension and a fixed mortgage. So why was she tripping? She tripped. She took her money out. She sold low. And she told me, but Home Chick said, we just going to let it ride. We're going to let it ride. I said, okay, that was probably a bad phrase to use because investing is not gambling. When you are playing Russian roulette, or what is the thing? Is that called Russian roulette? That thing that
that's the roulette wheel.
The roulette wheel. When you play that's let it ride.
Russian roulette is with the gun against them.
Same thing. As far as I'm concerned, because I don't be putting my money on some chances. That's chance. That is letting it ride. But staying in the stock market through the ups and downs is called dollar cost averaging. And I told her what she should have been doing during that time was buying up a lot more when the prices were really, really low. When you could buy Apple for under $100 a share, y'all. Yeah. She could have been buying Apple for $100, under $100 a share back in 2008, 2009, but she didn't. She panicked. Why? Because she was not educated.
She didn't realize the stock market had just went on sale.
But when them shoes go on sale at Nordstrom's, y'all about that. Y'all about, oh, I saved so much money. Look at these red bottoms I got. They were 60% off. Meanwhile, they are depreciating. And the stock that you could have been buying while it was on sale, you panicked. She panicked and she sold. And then she bought again a month later, higher than she would have. And when I explained to her the fallacy in that thought process, she's like, well, but she never explained it like that. That's why I don't trust financial advisors, especially financial advisors that are over 40. Why? Because if they've been doing that for 10 years, why in the hell are they still working? Why are they still working? Right? When the average Black person sells and panics when prices move, right?
Mm.
I don't know what to say, but control is when wages fell, linear permission based is not revocable. They do not scale, they do not compound. Incomes do not compound, all right? They do not compound. They do not necessarily go up. They do not move with you across borders. No, they don't. Wages are a tool, not a strategy. Not a strategy. All right. So, to give you a little history about this stuff, because we just don't be talking out our behind. If you do not know who Jessica Gordon Nimhart is, then you need to know. All right. All right.
Black communities did not rely on wages alone. They built businesses, cooperatives, mutual aid systems, and they shared ownership.
That's right. That's right.
Self determination was collective, structural, and intentional.
That's right. Cooperative, Kujichagulia, self-determination as a community, y'all. All right. Collective, structural, intentional. These are different times. Whether you are moving abroad or not, I need you to think collectively, okay? Because those other folks are not on our side. They are into that rugged individualism, and we can let them do that, okay? But we know that when we thrive, it's not by individuals. Black Wall Street was not, Rosewood, they were not, and there's plenty of other more. Those are just the two that movies got made about, okay? They were not built on rugged individualism. They were built by shared cooperation, by each person in the community having self-determination. This is not individual. This is not symbolic, y'all.
No.
All right. Stocks provide mobility. Cooperatives provide stability. One builds capital.
The other protects it.
That's right. That's right. And together they create options. All right. I'm going to tell you a story, because when we think of cooperatives, we might be limited in our knowledge. Okay. Cooperatives can be business based, but they can also be community based. Let me tell you a story about a community that looked at their neighborhood park and their neighborhood playground, and it was lacking, y'all. We know how they do in the ghetto, right? We know how they do. They let it rust. They let it fall apart. They let the nets deteriorate from our basketball courts for our kids. You know what they do. Well, that neighborhood formed a cooperative, and they raised the money, and they, not the city, not the county, they repaired and restored the playground so that their kids could have a safe place to play, with basketball courts that looked like they had some dignity about them. You know what I'm saying? We've got to stop with this rugged individualism, because that is fruit of the slavery tree. Okay. We're just trying to tell you that's what it is.
They keep us away from each other. They keep us opposite of each other, and we can't get anything done.
Exactly. Exactly. So CK says Motown was a collective. I did not know that. I did not know it was a co-op. I did not know that. All right. So if you're trying to leave the country, you cannot leave a high cost country on money you do not control, y'all. Kujichagulia funds time. It funds mobility. It funds choice. Without control, exit is a dream.
Not a plan.
Not a plan. All right. So self-determination is not a feeling. It is a balance sheet. Okay. It is a balance sheet. And a balance sheet tells you what are the assets and what are the losses, right? What are the liabilities? And we want to make sure that we have more assets on the balance sheet than we have liabilities on the balance sheet. If you don't know what we're talking about, you need to hook up with us. All right. We offer one-on-one coaching. That information is in the description below. And y'all know in about 3 to 4 weeks, we are starting, no, 3 weeks now, we are starting our side hustle challenge.
Yeah.
The side hustle challenge will bring you from idea to business launch. Yeah. Our second year running our Black Utopia, we brought in over 50,000. So if you've got a little part-time abroad and you got your side hustle, our living expenses here are under $36,000 a year, y'all. Okay. So you wanted to know how we went to Thailand. You want to know how we went to South Africa. You want to know how we went to Colombia and Mexico and Curacao and where else did we go?
You pretty much named it. Panama City. You said Panama City.
You want to know?
Cartagena.
Our Black Utopia. That's how. That's how. It is through our side hustle that we were able to do all of that. Okay. It's not because we were rich. Y'all know we ain't rich. We are not rich. We are comfortable and we are building wealth. We are building generational wealth, but we are not. Look, y'all, it's about cash flow. And if you want to know how to do it, we can show you the shortcuts. Okay. Kujichagulia, self-determination, umoja, unity, means that what we are going to do is we are going to all share our experiences. We're going to share our information. We're going to share our wealth, our intellectual wealth, to make sure that every single person in our community has an opportunity to live better. And then each one is going to reach one and teach one, right? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. If you need more help, Beyond the Bling is our financial freedom program for late bloomers. That information is in the description below, one-on-one help, and our side hustle challenge. We also have free resources and our Move Abroad toolkit, which is in the description below as well. We love y'all, and we're going to see you tomorrow, where we will have our, like town hall. We'll take questions and all of that. So y'all see us. We see you, JW. We see you, 8 Paws. We see you, CK, and Madam CJ Walker. JW with Real Talk. We see you all. We love you.
Yeah.
And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.